Hi guys, I needed to pop on here this morning, so this is going to be like a get ready with me, and my first impressions of that palette that I got in my advent calendar. I just felt like I couldn't get ready without you guys, because I told you guys I would do like a first impressions, and so we're going to use the Coastal Lights this morning. It is actually a spirit day today at work, and it is like a snow day, and so I thought I'd wear like a white sweater and some like snow fairy luminous shadows, and this palette is exactly that. And so I wanted to get ready with you guys so that you didn't miss out on my first impressions. And I'm just excited to like film this morning. So yeah, so you guys know how I do. I get ready pretty quickly in the morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with skincare, and I may forget steps just because I am still waking up. Got my coffee here, and so if my voice is a little scratchy, that's why. Yeah, so it's been a pretty busy week thus far, and interestingly enough, I noticed, like last night I think it was, this eye in particular, it's so weird because it just kind of like itches and hurts at the same time, but it doesn't have like any bump or anything like that. So I'm not sure if like I might have scratched it, or if it's anything related to my contacts. I'm hoping, like, you guys know I've been sick, and so like I'm feeling a lot better obviously, but I don't know what it is exactly, so I'm kind of hoping it just goes away on its own. Otherwise, like, I did go ahead, you guys saw me do, or you will see me do, a video cleaning all of my brushes, and I went through and sanitized basically any of the makeup I used last week. I just took alcohol sanitizing spray and kind of sprayed it over top of all the products, and then I did ooh, I need neck cream. Yikes, do I have neck cream up here? Let's see. Oh, yeah, so we'll skip a step. So yeah, that was my skincare. I did moisturizer, eye cream. We're skipping neck cream today, so maybe I'll put a little more moisturizer in that area. But more specifically, I just want to get into that palette. Yeah, so it is almost the holiday break where I will be getting some time off. I'm looking forward to, you guys saw the books that I've been finishing. I also have a couple on my Christmas list for Santa, so ideally if I do get any of those, you guys will be the first to know. And I did receive a package yesterday, and I didn't have any orders out, so I'm thinking it's from one of my besties. And we kind of just like share our wish list with each other. And it was like a larger package. So my theory is that perhaps that might be my puzzle mat, which would be really cool because you guys know that like over break I would really like to get into my puzzles, or my puzzle, because it's gonna take that long to finish that, just the one. But okay, so yeah, I did my sunscreen just now, so I'm gonna go in with a little bit glowier base just because I want that luminous effect for snow day, and plus my skin could definitely use some like vibrance. So I'm doing the e.l.f. Halo Glow. I'm just gonna kind of do this on the high points of my face that maybe catch the light, and then any remnant on the applicator I'll just kind of smear around. And then I like to make sure that it kind of absorbs into the skin, so I'll take my beauty blender. This is the one that I got in my FabFitFun box. You guys saw that. So that was definitely, this was my if only item that you guys saw. I couldn't wait to get. I've been really enjoying it. I like that the sponge has a flat side. See, like that. And then it also has the curvies to get in the other smaller areas. So that's been really cool. It is like more of like a medium-sized applicator. You guys know that, like, especially on mornings like this when I'm trying to get out the door, I like the applicators that cover more square footage. But in this case, this will be fine. I think I'm going to, oh yeah, so one of the inspirations, like, ideas that I have been playing around with for the new year is a Project Pan series. I'd like to do that on my channel, and I hope that that would be something that you guys could kind of get into. I saw like some underconsumption videos that kind of popped up in my feed, and I was like, hey, that'd be cool to kind of play around with. I know I'm not a makeup minimalist, that is not me, but I definitely am passionate about using the products in my collection if I can to make smart choices as a consumer that loves makeup. So what I'm doing here is finishing off that Gucci foundation here. So this would be the product that is going to be one of the products that is going to be in my Project Pan for the new year for 2025, if it doesn't get done before then. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of that in with my beauty blender. And I really like the cushion compact situation. It's interesting though, like when I went online to find them, in the US, it's like really rare. There's only like a couple. I think there was one by Mally, and then there's like some high-end ones that were like over like $100. So it's rare to find cushion compacts for foundation here in the US, which I think is interesting. Like there was, especially drugstore, like there was one from L'Oreal, the Lumi cushion, I think it was, that was available like at Walmart and stuff like a couple years ago. But other than that, it's really hard to find. So I think what I'm gonna do, like this one I ordered online at, I think it was tjmax.com. So I may just, I like the application of a cushion foundation, so I may just end up making like my own version. We'll see. So next will be concealer. I like to do my base products first. I know some people don't like that, but I do. So I'm gonna go in with the NYX, and it does, you'll kind of see that like this is like a more pale version of my skin. However, I do that intentionally so that if and when products do oxidize, it ends up matching my skin. And so I'm gonna do the NYX. This is also gonna be spoiler of Project Pan. This NYX Bear With Me concealer, which I've really been enjoying. And then just any remnants, I'm just gonna kind of scatter that spot where did I get it? There we go. That spot where I burned myself with the hair straightener. It's still like really dark, so I'm thinking I need to get one of those creams that like fades dark spots to help with that, because it does kind of bug me. And plus it's like in a weird area to have that. And then I kind of use this in a way as like my eye primer, anything left on the brush. Okay, and then we'll blend that in. And then, so yeah, what have you guys been doing? I know Christmas is around the corner, the holidays are around the corner. I know it's like that hustle and bustle time of year. People are traveling now. You guys know, like I'm more of a staycation kind of a person. Since I'm rarely home, I like to kind of just hunker down and do my staycation. That's relaxing to me. So that's what I'll be doing. I do have one bestie in town, one bestie out in another state, which I'd eventually like to go visit her, but that would be like a whole project with the animals and the kids and stuff, so maybe one day. Anyway, okay, so concealer is blended in. Next, I like to have my brows on so I can kind of get a frame of my face before I apply my shadow. So I'm going to take this Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow brush that came, again, this came in my FabFitFun box. It was cool because, like, even though they're shades, they had like multiple shades to choose from, so you could get the one that matches your hair color. So that was nice. And then I'm looking for my mirror. It's so weird. Maybe it's downstairs. Okay, so I'll just use this. I'll use this compact has a cute little. No, it doesn't. I thought it had a mirror. Wowzers. Okay, I'll use that over there for now. And then, yeah, so it came with the brush in the FabFitFun box as a choice, which was cool. I noticed they're getting a lot of like Pat McGrath stuff. I kind of like see, I guess they used to have back in the day between seasons, they used to have what's called an editor's box. And those were like really popular because they would have like, they're for new subscribers to like get in. And so they have some really cool products. And so I noticed like this one, they don't call it an editor's box anymore, but it is that time between subscription times windows that would be considered the former editor's box. And they have like a ton of Pat McGrath in there. I really need a mirror. It's like trying to do this blind. Let's get a big one. Told you, there's like no beard here. Okay. Let's find one that we surely know has a mirror. There we go. Now we have it. So, yeah, there was a Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette, blush, mascara, lippies. There was all kinds of stuff. And so it was like so tempting because like, ooh, I would like to have those, but I have a ton of palettes already, so not necessary. And yeah, these guys are never going to be exactly equal, but as long as we're in the ballpark, I'm good with that. It was so sweet. Yesterday, I got my first Christmas gift of the season from a student, and it was a candle. So it was so cute. He came and he also like sang me a Christmas carol as he was giving it to me. So I was like, oh, that's so adorable. So you guys will probably see that candle in a video coming up. So you can kind of see my skin has like this luminous, maybe up close, with that e.l.f. Halo Glow filter. So I also need to keep an eye on time here because you guys know I'm in and out makeup wise. I've got 9 minutes before I need to check out of here. So for like a snow fairy look, I've been noticing on social media there's like a lot of highlighter situations involved, and they're doing specifically highlighters in the inner corner area. And so I think this is perfect. These are a bunch of the loose Sydney Graces. I don't think you guys have seen these yet. Highlighters that I have in my collection. However, I know for a fact that my Fenty is probably like my most powerhouse highlighter. So I'm definitely going to go in with this one to kind of give that snowy, dreamy look, especially here in the inner corner, and just kind of lay it down as a base. And then people have been taking it really far into that inner corner area, so this whole part of the eye is like totally lit up. And when I think about highlighters, like, you know, a few years ago, like the powerhouse highlighter was like the thing. And so when I think of that in my collection, if I'm seeking that, the Fenty is like my immediate choice. Like there's no question that that would be the one. So I'm also taking that up into the brow bone. And then I know some of this is going to get covered with shadow, but at least I have like my glowy looking, shimmery, snowy dream base down here. So I'm going to take it down here, take it down here. So kind of like everywhere. And then some of that will get blended away, but also where it belongs over here. Just go ahead and do that with my fingers now. And then the nose, and then top of the lips. So now that Fenty is in there, and I wanted to make sure I applied that before I do the shadow so that when I go to apply the rest, that basic like outline is already there. So kind of blend that in. And then, see, like you can kind of see now that my foundation is now like to the exact color that I want it to be. So it's funny how that kind of, like once it dries down, it changes into that exact shade. Now let's get into the palette. Okay, so this is like with the swatches. We'll do some swatches, first impressions. So this is like my alternative for the like Patrick Daw ones that see, and I'll do some swatches. My fair skin. So you guys remember that it's really hard for me on my fair skin to do swatches because they kind of blend in to the skin. So please don't judge the palette on that. That's my skin getting in the way. I need to make sure I wipe these off so that... Okay, so there's the swatches here, so you guys can kind of see. So it's like that icy, cool looking, snowy fairy that I'm seeking. So I think I'm gonna go lightest to darkest. So I'm gonna start with this shade right here. I'm gonna apply these into the corner. First, this like basically like the inner third of the lid. I'm gonna kind of pack that on to that area. I do know that for someone like me who has oilier lids, the concealer base or an eyeshadow primer base helps with that. But I also know in particular with these, the Flower Beauty palette, that what was working for people with that issue is not too much of the shadow. So, and then I'm just gonna kind of take my finger and blend it into the skin. Perfect. Ooh, I already love that. Okay, now I'm gonna go in here with, let's do the pinky one. It's like peachy. I'll probably do that right here. So I'm going like now to like, just basically going along my lid. So now this one, it's gonna fade into that first section. So kind of like the middle part of the lid. Now I want to use as many shades as I can, but I need to get out the door. So next I'm going to go in with that. Let's do the violet color here. Let's do that. Do that on the outer portion because it is a little bit deeper. I'm going to try and do all the shades so you guys can kind of see. I'm just taking like a little bit so that if I do have creasing, I can kind of just pat the eye and then it'll go away. And then I think I'm going to take the darker shades along the bottom lash line. So I'm going to do now the green on the inner right here. Just a little bit. That way I can use all the shades in the palette. And then I'm going to take this darker shade on the outside. And then the peachy, or no, this one here in the center that I didn't use, I'll kind of just dot in the inner corner, and I will have used all the shades. So there we go. I'm really loving that. And that is the Coastal Lights. And then I need to fly out of here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do liner and mascara, and then I can do blush probably on my lunch break. And then I just really wanted to get that snowy, ethereal look, like a little snow fairy princess, for Spirit Day. You guys already know that all the little girls love my makeup looks and they always comment on how nice it looks, so I know they enjoy it. Do some mascara, and then I think I'm noticing that for the Snow Fairy look, it's kind of like a flushed cheeks look, so I'm gonna skip bronzer. I've also been seeing the bronzer idea about, but I'm probably gonna go for like a really pinky red flush cheeks look, like when you're out in the cold, kind of like that, back to that cool girl makeup. I'm gonna do that. You notice I skipped a couple steps because I still need to get my socks and boots on. So, but that's important. So I'm gonna do the House Labs. We'll go for the ready one so that there is a bit of cheek color there. And so yeah, that'll be kind of the flush cheeks portion. And then I'm probably just gonna do a more neutral, like glossy, super glossy lip that's in my purse. So, and I'll take it across. All right. So I think that's everything. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and take a peek here at, let's see, let me find out, we'll do the Laura Geller. This, it's like that pinky nude color. What do you think? That's the final look. You can see the luminosity a little bit. So there we go. Thanks for joining me and for trying out the palette with me. I think it is an awesome alternative to those duos that are crazy expensive, and it's awesome for like snowy dream makeup. Even though it says coastal lights, you gotta have like, I'm thinking like Aurora Borealis type situation here, like for Christmas. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.